Good afternoon, the State News. Babatunde Bolatito is my name. In the build-up to the July 16 governorship election in Osun State, the Independent National Electoral Commission has organized a sensitization forum for community leaders who are expected to serve as mouthpiece of the people in disseminating voter education. The event was put together by the Electoral Agency, supported by International Foundation for Electoral System. OSBC reporter Oluchi Amoda now brings detail.
The Voter Education Department of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in partnership with the International Foundation for Election System, IFES, brought together religious and community leaders, non-governmental organizations, marketmen and women, including people with disabilities, to sensitize them on new innovations brought about by the electoral law and the need for them to disseminate such to the people at the grassroots. Speaking at the event, the Osun State Resident Electoral Commissioner, Professor Abdulghani Raji, said the commission is poised towards conducting a free, fair, credible, and peaceful election, and urged the community leaders to help educate their people on good parenting in order to eliminate thuggery during election. Professor Raji also called on eligible voters who are yet to get their permanent voter cards, PVC, to do so, adding that only 15 political parties will field candidates for the Osun State Gilbert poll.
We want a situation where the public will also be aware of all our steps, and that's what we have passed across to the community leaders. We want them to also sensitize the people to eschew violence. We don't want violence.
Speaking in the same vein, the country representative of IFES, Mr. Simon Fanto, stated that the international NGO, which has presence in about 140 countries across the globe, wants to ensure that elections in Nigeria meet with global standards. He noted that the new electoral law has new innovations that must be explained to the electorate in order to avoid violence and fake news.
IFES is interested in ensuring that elections are credible, and Osun State election is no exception.
Earlier in his welcome address, INEC Administrative Secretary Mr. Alani Odunton explained that the motive behind the training is to ensure that community leaders are well equipped with right and adequate knowledge about election procedures in order for them to impart the knowledge on the people. In their separate submissions, some of the participants who spoke in separate interviews with OSBC News described the sensitization workshop as timely and would go a long way in ensuring a rancor-free election come July 16, 2022.
The program is very, very fine. Then I will encourage all the Muslim leaders present here to disseminate the message they add here to the community, so the election will go free and fair.
People need to be aware. People need to be enlightened, particularly about the coming election in Osun State.
Oluchi Amuda, OSBC News.
Meanwhile, the National Association of Persons with Physical Disabilities, Osun State Branch, has reaffirmed its commitment to play active roles in the success of the forthcoming July 16 governorship election in the state. The association has enjoined all its members to keep their permanent voter cards intact, as it remains the only viable instrument that will enable them to be eligible to take part in exercising their franchise. This is contained in a press statement jointly issued by the Chairman, National Association of Persons with Disabilities, Osun State Branch, Comrade Ismail Alanitadeshi, and Secretary, Comrade Latif Adetiba. Similarly, they sent a wake-up call to all the members of the association who are yet to collect their PVC to do so with immediate effect, as the process of its collection is still ongoing in all accredited local offices of the Independent National Electoral Commission throughout the state. The Osun State government has reiterated its commitment to ensuring the uplift of economic status of the people of the state. Wife of the governor, Mrs. Kafayatu Yetola, stated this at the flag-off of the distribution of Bubuga scheme withdrawal card to the physically challenged. Oluwatobiloba Odunuga has the details.
Distribution of business uplift stipend withdrawal ATM card of the Bubuga scheme for the physically challenged. The wife of the governor, Mrs. Kafayatu Yetola, maintained that the Bubuga scheme is to provide stipend to petty traders and artisans across the state. The wife of the governor, who was represented by Dr. Bode Olaonipekun, maintained that the empowerment program was to help petty traders strengthen their business and financially empower traders and artisans so as to improve their income.
The First Lady is particular about those whose businesses and enterprises does not pass deploying so much.
In his remarks, the state chairman for the Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities, Mr. Oluwafemi Stephen, appreciated the Osun State government for their support to the physically challenged, adding that the program would provide succor to the people.
When we talk about the empowerment, our people who are empowered, we built a building that our people are making their artisans like a shoemaker, batik, even braille press for the visually impaired to produce their textbooks.
Beneficiaries of the Go Gas scheme, including Mr. Muritala Adebayo, Mrs. Fumilayo Abdullah, among others, appreciated the administration of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola for extending his generosity to the physically challenged. There was a presentation of the scheme withdrawal cards to the physically challenged people who have benefited from the Go Gas scheme. Oluwa Tobiloba Odunuga reporting for OSBC News.
In the meantime, as part of its administration's commitment to bring back people affected by COVID-19 pandemic to their feet and eradicating poverty, Osun State government has commenced the validation, enrollment, orientation, and biometric capturing of beneficiaries of labor-intensive public workforce and social transfer across the state. Speaking at the flag-off ceremony, head of program Osun Cares, Mrs. Fumilayo Oladoshu disclosed that the initiative of the state government in collaboration with World Bank is aimed at cushioning the effect of COVID-19 and eradicating poverty in the state. Olaide Adegbenro has the details.
Hundreds of thousands of aged, vulnerable, and people with special needs will soon get financial assistance from Osun State government in collaboration with World Bank to cushion the adverse effect of COVID-19 through the program tagged Osun Cares. The program, initiated by the administration of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, supported by the World Bank, is expected to go a long way in supporting the beneficiaries to be financially stable in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. The validation, enrollment, orientation, and biometric capturing of both labor-intensive public workfare and social transfer beneficiaries were done simultaneously in Osogbo, Olorunda, Borikpe, Ila, Ifedayo, and Boluaduro local governments. Speaking with OSBC News, the head of Osun Cares program, Mrs. Fumilayo Oladoshu, stressed that the initiative, with its two components, is to take care of youth and the aged alongside the people with disabilities in the state. Mrs. Oladosu reiterated the commitment of Governor Adegboyega Oyetola to better the life of vulnerable across the state through his administration as programs and policies. She therefore enjoined the beneficiaries to take the advantages of the data capturing exercise to get the largest.
The state government is the brain behind it, even though it's supported by the World Bank, but it is the state that is driving it. With this program, people will be able to take care of themselves, especially those who are benefiting on this. They will know that the government really cares for them, and then they will be able to do something tangible with whatever money they are going to receive.
Some of the beneficiaries, which include Mr. Kola Olomide and Mrs. Olufumilayo Fashe, commended the initiative, hoping that it will go a long way in alleviating poverty in the state.
I feel happy that at least we are still expecting something to come.
This program is fine because it's for our penniless.
The program continues tomorrow and ends on Saturday this week. Olaide Adegbenro reporting.
That ends the state news of all OSBC TV. Join us at 5 for the evening news. Good afternoon.